The Adventures of Willy Dooit in Beyond the Moon, starring Applesauce the Dragon and G-Wizard the Gremlin. And let's not forget Willy Dooit, the owner of Willy Dooit's computer repair shop, explorer, and overall great guy. Written by Edward Johnson and script by Gregory Johnson. Introducing Willy's father, Major John Dooit. Our adventure begins in Willy's computer repair shop. This is the 20th anniversary of the day that Willy's father was lost in space. Willy's father was an astronaut that was testing a new secret, extremely powerful rocket engine. Not too much was known about this secret engine, but the rumors were that it was a warp drive prototype that might get close to the speed of light. The engine had to be fired on the far side of the moon to keep the Earth safe. When Willy's father fired up the engine, he disappeared and was never seen again. Until today, 20 years later. Willy is excited that his father is coming back. Maybe today. The last time he saw his father was when he was 7. Willy is sitting at his workbench repairing a computer when the front door swung open. Willy's best friends entered.
Hiya, Willy,
said G-Wizard as he walked into the computer repair shop. Willy looked up and said, "Hi, G-Wizard. Where's Applesauce?" G-Wizard looked back at the door.
Oh, he's outside. I'll get him. Applesauce, come on in. Oh, come on in, Applesauce. Willy's waiting. This is his big day. You know, Willy's father's almost back, right?
Yeah.
Well then, come on in.
Willy has always been entertained with this funny exchange that always seems to happen. G-Wizard, just say please.
Okay, Willy. Please come in, Applesauce.
Yeah.
Applesauce finally meandered in. Willy, with a smile on his face, said, "I love you guys."
So, Willy, is your father coming home soon?
Yes, G-Wizard. His ship has just been spotted past Mars, and he should be in radio range later today.
You must be excited to see him again. When did you see him last?
The last time I saw my father, I was 7 years old. I remember that day well. For some reason, I was allowed to say goodbye to him in the spacecraft, the X-7092. My mother and a general brought me to the command module. Mom had to take care of my younger brother, so I got to be alone with him for a short time. Let me tell you the story. Mom and the general took me up to the top of the rocket where my dad was. "Say goodbye to your dad, son, and I'll come to get you in just a few minutes." That was the general that brought Willy in.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Willy.
Wow, look at all of those buttons and switches in here. There sure is a lot of them.
Yes, there sure are. A spacecraft is a complicated machine. Willy reached to the control panel and asked,
What's this one for?
"Don't touch anything." "Oh, I'm sorry, son. Please, no touching."
Okay, Dad. Dad, I've got a great idea.
"What is that, son?"
I can go with you and help you run this thing.
"You know, that's a great idea, but I don't think so.
Why not?
There's only one seat on this spacecraft. Where would you sit?"
On your lap.
I'm afraid not, son.
Please, Dad. I'd have lots of fun. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off!
X-7092, this is Mission Control, over.
Willy's father walked to the control panel and clicked a switch. "Mission Control, this is X-7092, over."
X-7092, General Confusion is on his way to brief you on your mission.
"Roger that, Mission Control. X-7092 out."
What's this? A window? We're up high already.
Willy is looking at the viewing screen that shows the outside of the spacecraft. "Our ship is nearly 300 feet high, and we're at the very top of it." "Okay, Willy, the general will be here shortly."
Can I stay and talk to the general too? I could recite my poem to him. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
I don't think that would be appropriate.
I wonder what you are.
I don't think...
Above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky.
Please, son, I don't think that would be a very good idea.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Willie. The general walked in the door and then said, "Your time is up, son. Say goodbye to your dad."
Bye, Dad. Good luck.
Thank you, Willie. Be good to your mother. Bye-bye.
Bye.
My aide will take you back to your mother now. Follow him. General Confusion pointed to the man standing in the hallway. Willie turned and walked out the door. I guess I can turn this switch off now. Major Dooit? Ah, General Confusion. Major Dooit saluted the general and the general saluted back. Major Dooit, there isn't much time, so I will be brief. As I'm sure you know, your mission is secret. Even you are not to be informed about the final stages of your mission until almost time of liftoff. Now that I am the last one to see you, I can tell you your mission. This ship's third stage is powered by a new top-secret experimental warp drive engine. Warp drive? I had no idea that was more than just science fiction. I assure you, Major, it is quite real. The engine is so powerful, it is considered too dangerous to test anywhere near Earth's gravity. Your mission, Major, is to fire the conventional engine to its position on the far side of the moon. There, you'll be instructed to fire the warp engine. It will fire for 10 seconds and then automatically shut itself off. After that, you have performed experiments that you have been training for. Then the ship will automatically return back to Earth. Any questions, Major? No, General. Good. And then...
T-minus 5 minutes.
I've got to get out of here. Oh, one more thing, Major. The General keeps looking back nervously at the door. Yes, General. Under no circumstances can that experimental engine be fired on this side of the moon. There will be too much vibration on the fabric of spacetime to be fired any closer to the Earth. Clear, Major? Yes, sir.
2 minutes to liftoff. Remove gantry from the spacecraft.
General Confusion jumped. Wait for me! The General started to run and ran past the door. Don't move that gantry, I'm still here. Well, it's getting close. I had better recheck the settings. Major Dooit went over to the long silver control panel behind the liftoff chair. The silver desk had hundreds of switches, knobs, and blinking lights. The command module is quite large for a spacecraft. Major Dooit can walk a little bit around. Everything seems correct. I guess we're ready. 1 minute till liftoff. I had better get in my seat and strap in. He walked over to the silver chair, pulled his belt strap tight and buckled up. I knew this was going to be a dangerous mission. I had no idea it was going to be this dangerous. Oh, I wonder if I will ever see my family again. Can't think that way. I'll get back.
X7092, this is Mission Control, over.
Mission Control, this is X7092, over. Major Dooit's microphone was voice activated, so he didn't have to key the mic. Oh, nuts, there must be a hold.
X7092 for Mission Control. Major Dooit, all systems are go. Are you ready, John?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Roger, X7092. Godspeed, John. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7,
Oh,
6,
I hope I set
5,
the controls right.
4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition. We have liftoff. X7092 has left the pad.
Major Dooit was slammed back into his seat as the X7092 gained speed. Through the viewing screen, he watched as he rose up past the gantry. Then the buildings and structures on the ground began to look smaller. Major Dooit was pushed back in his seat harder and harder. Then he said to himself, "Oh, I feel like I weigh 1,000 pounds." The faster the X7092 went, the harder he got pushed back into his seat. Then the G's doubled, then tripled. G is used to measure the amount a person weighs when accelerating. For instance, on Earth you weigh 1 g. You feel the way gravity is on Earth. If you are feeling 2 g's, you are feeling double what you feel on Earth, and so on. The ground structures got smaller and smaller. I can't make out anything on the ground anymore. Up into the clouds the X7092 flew. Major Dooit could only see the white of the clouds in the viewing screen. The X7092 kept climbing faster and faster. Major Dooit was still being pushed down harder and harder. I feel so heavy, I can't even move my hands. I wonder how many G's I'm taking. The viewing screen showed that the clouds were far below now. I could see the curve of the Earth now, with our blue-gray atmosphere around it. Wow, it's beautiful. Then it turned black. Through the velvet black of space, stars began to appear. Then all the stars were visible. Then the engines cut out and it was quiet. Now Major Dooit is at 0 G. That means he's free from gravity. I guess I can unbuckle now. Major Dooit released the buckles, then he floated up into the air. I always loved this part. Free from gravity. Look at that. I never get tired of that sight. Appearing on the screen was the big blue Earth floating in the deep black of space. Ruff! What was that? I never heard that sound before. Rah, rah, rah. There it is again. Is something wrong? Ruff! Major Dooit felt something bump into his back. What in the world? He turned around and there it was, a dog. A little brown bulldog floating right next to him. Peaches, what are you doing here? Ruff, ruff, ruff. How did you get in here? Oh, you must have snuck in with Willy. Just what I need, a bulldog in a spacecraft. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, come here, Peaches. Peaches tried to run to him, but her legs were running wildly and she just stayed there floating in place. Well, I have to admit, that's pretty funny. Them legs are really moving. Well, I can't have a dog floating around banging into things. Might just break something. The Major reached out and grabbed Peaches by the neck and pulled her to him. Then pet her on the head and said, Sorry, Peaches. I have to put you into this closet until the mission is over. He opened the closet door, gently set her inside, then the door automatically shut itself. Now, I wonder if we're there yet. Major Dooit looked at the viewing screen. The moon came into view. Ah, there's the moon. We're just about to swing on the far side of it. I had better call Houston Control before we get to the back. Otherwise, we'll lose radio contact. On the back side of the moon, you will lose radio contact because radio signals cannot penetrate the moon. Just before he called, the Earth came into view on the viewing screen. Wow, look how small the Earth looks now. Houston, this is X7092, over.
X7092 from Houston Control. We receive you loud and clear.
Roger that, Houston.
Okay, X7092, you're 1,000 miles past the moon. When you reach the far side of the moon, you are directed to start up the experimental rocket booster. It will fire for exactly 10 seconds and then shut itself off. It is set to have only 1/4 power. It should take you exactly 3.57 light years away. Then the computers will automatically turn the ship around and bring you home. Are your instructions clear, X7092?
That's Roger, Houston. This is what I've trained for a year.
Okay, X7092, we are about to lose contact. So,
Well, looks like I lost radio contact. Major Dooit looked up at the big viewing screen. Yep, I can't see the Earth anymore, so I'd better get to work. I only have about 30 minutes before the Earth comes back around. Let's see. I'll set the controls for 10 seconds. Major Dooit adjusted the controls by typing the computations into the computer. There we go. And now set for 20 seconds before firing. That should give me time to get back to my seat. Then Major Dooit switched two switches and twisted a knob to the right setting. There. All set. I had better get to my seat. Major Dooit floated across to his seat. Then he pulled himself down into the seat and buckled in. Well, I guess I'm ready. About 10 seconds to firing. I hope this ship doesn't explode. It could happen, I guess.
Test fire in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Major Dooit was slammed to the back of the chair due to the acceleration. He looked up at the speed indicator on the wall. That's Mach 30, Mach 100, Mach 1,000. I must be going 1,000 times the speed of sound. And now it's off the scale. 10 seconds sure seems like a long time when you're pressed so hard against the seat. Major Dooit looked back up at the clock. It's past 15 seconds and still accelerating. It didn't turn off like it should. I will have to shut it off manually, but I can't move. He looked up at the viewing screen and saw a planet. It's Mars. I'm passing Mars already. I must be near the speed of light to get to Mars this quick. There's Jupiter. How in the world am I going to stop this thing? Saturn. Amazing. I can tell it's Saturn by the rings around it. If I could only move. Uranus. Still going faster. Neptune. Pluto. I believe Pluto's a planet. I don't care what other scientists think. And there it is. There it went. I'm speeding past our solar system now. I wonder how fast I'm going. 1 minute, 30 seconds. Still accelerating. How do I turn it off? But I can't move a muscle. Not at all. How fast am I going? I gotta get up and... It stopped. I can move at last. The engine fired for 2 minutes and 27 seconds. Major Dooit unbuckled his seatbelt and floated over to the control panel. I had better report to Houston. Houston, this is X7092, over. X7092, the Houston control, over. Only static. I'm too far away for them to hear me now. Even if I could reach Earth, it would take years for the signal to get there. Major Dooit looked up at the viewing screen. Nothing ahead but empty, open space. This spacecraft will be speeding through nothingness forever. Wait, a solar system with planets and a star. I'm approaching the star fast. I had better not get too close to it. After all, a star is a sun and the sun is hot. I had better change course a little. Major Dooit flicked 4 switches and twisted a knob. He looked through a viewer of some kind and then adjusted a wheel. He pushed a larger switch and then a retro rocket fired. There, that changed the course a little. Even slowed us up some. In fact, we've slowed down a lot. Major Dooit, looking at the speed indicator, in the corner of his eye, he saw something move on the viewing screen. He quickly looked over. A planet. We're in orbit around a planet. The computer must have put us here.
Prepare to land. Retro rockets in 5 seconds.
It looks like we're gonna land. I had better get back into my seat. Major Dooit floated back over to his seat, pulled himself down, and strapped in. Then the retro rockets fired. I hope this computer knows how to land the spacecraft. The engines cut out. It did it. We're here. Where? Let's see if I can figure that out. Major Dooit unbuckled his strap and stepped on the floor. Wow, I sure feel light. Major Dooit hopped over to the far side of the control panel. He pushed some buttons and typed something on the keyboard of the computer. The answer came up in the monitor. Looks like we've traveled, oh my, all the way to Polaris, the North Star. We have traveled hundreds of light years. And the gravity here is 4 times less than it is on Earth. I might as well look around. I'll be the first man to walk on another planet. Wah, wah, wah. Peaches came bouncing out of the closet. Yes, Peaches, you can come too. Chapter 2. Who lives here anyway? Major Dooit popped his head out of the spacecraft door. Ah, I can breathe all right. How do I get down from here? There's no ladder. This spacecraft wasn't designed to land, but the computer did a good job. The gravity's so light, I think I can jump down. Well, here goes. Major Dooit jumped down and softly landed on the strange yellow-looking grass. Whoa, this planet has lower gravity than I thought. I can't weigh more than a couple of pounds. I wonder what would happen if I tried to run. Major Dooit tried to run, but he just lifted up into the air and then floated back down. You can't run on this planet. How do I get around? I'll try to hop. The Major took a big jump and flew about 15 feet. Wow, I feel like Superman. Uff, uff. Okay, Peaches, you can come on down. Peaches looked out of the door, then backed up. Aw, come on, Peaches. Peaches refused. Well, Peaches, if you want to come with me, you'll have to jump. Again, Peaches refused. Okay, Peaches, I'm leaving without you. This time, Peaches jumped and couldn't believe it when she floated down. Ooh. See, you didn't get hurt. You gotta be able to trust me. This is a strange place. The land is pink with yellow grass, white structures rising into the sky, and those white things over there. I wonder what they are. Come on, Peaches, let's go have a look around. Peaches started sniffing on the ground and then started barking. Woof, woof, woof. Find something, Peaches? A trail, maybe? Peaches started barking again as she tried to run, but popped up into the air, but then quickly figured out jumping, and she was gone. Peaches, come back here. Come back here, Peaches. I wonder what she smelled. What is that? An odd creature bounced in and stopped in front of Major Dooit, scaring him. It had an inverted cone-shaped body with a cone-shaped head coming to a point. It was kind of chubby looking and green in color. It had a coil or a spring for a leg. Hi there. How are you? I'm from Earth. It's another planet. Then the green creature said, "Kua!" And its head flew off its body about a foot into the air, then settled back down on its body. Don't do that. Leave your head on, please. And then the creature said, "Eee!" And then it bounced away. Wow, that was interesting. Peaches, come here, Peaches. Here, Peaches. This time, two creatures stopped in front of him. The chubby green one came back with a smaller yellow one. Hi, again. I see you brought a friend. Then the small yellow one spoke. Cha-cha, mudpa. Then the chubby one said, cha-cha, tua. Both of their heads flew up in the air and landed back down. Then they bounced away. Something moved about 10 feet away that caught his attention. Would you look at that? It's a plant, I think. Strange looking thing. It looks like a plant that lives back on Earth. What's it called? Oh yes, a Venus flytrap. But 1,000 times bigger. I had better stay away from that thing. I hope it didn't get Peaches. Then John felt something grab his shoulder. The huge plant hiding behind Major Dooit yanked him up into the air. Hey, something's got me. Let go. Ouch! This plant is trying to eat me. It's so strong. Help! Oh! Then there was the sound of chopping. and the Major could feel the vibrations of the chopping.
What is that?
Wonder, ooga, ooga, yeah, yeah, yeah,
I know that language. It's the boingers.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's the chubby boinger.
Then there was the crackle of wood splitting. The monster plant fell to the ground on top of Major Dooit. Lucky for him, the gravity was so low that he didn't get injured.
That was too close.
Major Dooit climbed to his feet.
Thank you for saving me, my new best friends.
The chubby green boinger responded by,
Tua,
and its head flew up into the air and settled back down.
Thanks again, and Tua, to you too.
Then the small yellow boinger said.
ooh, Tua,
Then the green one again.
ooh, Tua.
I wonder what they're saying.
Then he saw a third one with an axe. He was different than the others. He had one large leg
And was purple in color.
and was much bigger.
Then the big purple one-legged creature said, Tua.
Then his head flew up into the air and then landed back down on its body.
I said thanks. Oh, pardon me. I mean Tua.
The big one-legged creature popped its head off 3 times and said,
Tua, Tua, Tua.
John backed up while saying,
Look, I said Tua. I guess they want me to throw my head up into the air too.
All 3 creatures then gathered into a circle and seemed to discuss the situation.
I wonder what they're talking about. Then the big purple creature hopped away.
The chubby green boinger sprang over to Major Dooit,
Tua,
and her head flew up and down like usual.
Tua to you too, and I can't throw my head up like that.
The green boinger looked straight at Major Dooit and said,
ooh, Tua.
I can't, Tua. Here, look at my neck, would you?
He showed her how the neck held its head on.
Ooh, Tua.
Ooh, Tua.
That's right. Ooh, Tua.
Then the 2 boingers faced each other and started eeing.
E, e, e.
Ee. The big boinger went up to Major Dooit and started bouncing up and down while saying,
Ooga, 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 ooga.
Then both boingers started bouncing up and down, saying,
Ooga, 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 ooga.
You want me to bounce too? Okay, I can do that.
Major Dooit started bouncing up and down with them. The boingers then started hopping away.
You want me to come with you?
Ooga, 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 ooga.
Okay, I can follow you. Ooga, ooga.
Ooga,
Ooga, ooga. Ooga, ooga.
Then Major Dooit followed the boingers as they headed for who knows what.
Ooga, ooga.
Ooga,
Ooga, ooga. Ooga, ooga.
Chapter 3: The Boshan City. The 2 boingers led Major Dooit into the middle of the Boshan City. 2 oligopers met in the middle of what looked like a street. An oligoper is the name of the one-legged creature. One oligoper said, Tua! And his head flew off and settled back on. Then the other one responded with, Tua! His head also flew up and softly came back down. Then they were on their separate ways.
This is your city, eh? Someplace. Hey guys, where's your city hall? I'd like to see the mayor, the chief, or whatever it is.
Tua.
No. Put your head back on.
No,
Huh?
no, 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 no.
I wish I could make you understand.
There was what looked like a stone chair right next to them.
Tua. Tua.
The chubby boinger with his curled hand pointed at the stone chair.
What?
Tua.
Oh, you want me to sit?
Then Major Dooit sat on the stone chair.
E.
E? What does E mean?
Okay, Papa.
I think I'm beginning to understand a few things. E means yes. Ooga means come or go. Tua
Seems to be a greeting like hello. But that last word, Papa, I wonder what that means.
To a papa,
The fat green boinger's head went up and down. It seems to be quite anxious for me to say Tua to somebody. And I suppose they want me to take my head off too.
To a papa,
Yeah, but no Tua Papa. Hey, I wonder if she means that the head dude is coming.
To a papa, Papa Ooga.
Then the chubby green boinger bounced away. Oh, what a place. I'm getting tired of being here. I bet Houston Control thinks that I was killed when I fired that experimental rocket engine. A very large one-legged oligoper hopped in front of Major Dooit and stopped with a very low, imposing voice. Tua! Up and down went his head. Hi, you must be the head dude, or chief. Papa? Tua. Up and down went the head. I said hi, or hello. Excuse me, Tua. Want to shake hands or whatever you have on the end of those arms? Major Dooit reached his hand out to shake, but Papa had other ideas. Tua, Tua, Tua! His head flying off each time. He's really flipping his lid. Tua, Tua, Tua! Look, Chief, or Papa, I came from another planet, Earth, and I... Major Dooit stood up from the stone chair. Dida? What's a Dida? The chubby green boinker bounced in.
Papa.
They greeted each other in the usual way.
Tua.
Tua. Now I get it. The chief's name is Papa, and the boinger's name is Dida. Papa pointed to Major Dooit and then said to Dida, "Oh, Tua.
Oh, Tua.
Oh, Tua." Heads flying every which way. Then the chubby green boinger bounced over to Major Dooit and stopped.
Oh, Papa.
I can't, Tua. Don't you understand? Then the chubby green boinger said to Papa,
Ooga, Papa. Tua.
Ooga Dida, Tua. Then Dida, or the chubby green boinger, bounced away. Papa, with his one leg, hopped up to Major Dooit. He pointed to the chair and said, "Do." What? Do. Oh, I guess he wants me to sit down again. Well, I can do that. Major Dooit sat down on the chair. Papa looked at his neck and examined it for a while saying, Ooh. Babap. Ooga. I wonder who he's calling now. In hopped the oligoper with the axe. Papa and Babap greeted each other in the usual way. Tua, Papa. Tua, Babap. Papa said to Babap, "Ooh, Tua." Babap answered, "Ooh, Tua." "Ooh, Tua." Papa diddle maka Tua e. E, Papa. Ooga Papa Tua, Ooga Babap Tua. Big red Papa with the one leg hopped away. Babap hopped over to Major Dooit. Tua. Babap's head flew way up into the air. Major Dooit's getting a little frustrated here. That's right, Ua Tua, Babap. Don't get any ideas with that axe, buddy. That means sit. I don't think so. I do believe he wants to cut off my head. I think it's time for me to depart. The axe whizzed over Major Dooit's head as he ducked just in time. Hey, stop that! Major Dooit hopped his way back towards the spacecraft, but the axe swung again. Boom! That was even closer. I've got to get out of here. Major Dooit made his escape, but Bop was close behind. Boop! 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 Luckily for Major Dooit, Peaches was trying to find him when they crossed paths. Then Peaches let his teeth do the talking and the terrifying growl. Ooh, Bop! Ooh, ooh, Bop. The creature hopped away as fast as his one leg would take him. After Peaches scared Bop Bop away, he proudly returned to the spacecraft with Major Dooit on their return trip to Earth. Chapter 4. Remember Me? Now we're back on the X7092 on the return trip, speeding towards Earth. All right, Peaches, let's try another one. Major Dooit and Peaches are floating in front of the control panel, working on a new trick. Speak. I said speak. When I say speak, you are supposed to bark. You know, woof woof. We'll try again. Speak. I said speak. Oh, I give up on you. I have got work to do. Woof. Well, you don't have to speak now. Woof. I said I'm done. I don't want you to speak. Woof, 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 woof. That's the signal. We're nearing Mars. I better get you back in the closet where you'll be safe. Major Dooit grabbed Peaches out of the air by the collar and safely put her back in the closet, and the door closed. There. What's next? Let's see. Major Dooit looked over the controls and the computer monitor while floating above them. It won't be long now. I wonder how long I've been away. Almost a month, I bet. There's Mars on the viewing screen. I guess it's time to start slowing down. At light speed, it's going to take us a while. It's time to set the computer to fire the retro rockets. Major Dooit typed some numbers into the computer, then pushed a button and some switches. That's the retro rockets. I didn't feel anything. I guess we'll have to slow down gradually so we don't get torn apart. It shouldn't take long now to get back to the moon, then Earth. And there's the moon. We got there faster than I thought. And we are now approaching Earth. Oh yes, there it is on the viewing screen. It's more beautiful than ever before. Well, one more look at the calculations. Major Dooit hovered over the control panel. Everything looks good. I'd better strap myself in. Major Dooit floated over to the chair and strapped in. There we go. Retro rockets should slow us down to about 17,000 miles an hour. There it is. There we go. We're in orbit. I had better call Houston Control. Houston Control, this is X7092, over. I'll try again. Houston Control, this is X7092, over. Funny, they don't answer. X7092 to Houston Control, over.
This is Space Force. Who is this? And where did you say you were from?
Finally, Houston, I thought you were not going to answer. I am in Earth's orbit and ready to come home. Over.
This is Space Force. Who did you say you are?
Oh, quit playing games. I'm Major John Dooit from the X7092, and I'm ready to come home. Over.
X7092 from Space Force? What did you say your name was again?
This is Major Dooit aboard the X7092. I have only been gone for a month. Over.
We have no record of Major Dooit and the X7092. Oh my gosh. X7092, could you hold for just a minute?
Oh, for heaven's sakes, they must have a new controller there. I don't remember that voice.
Major Dooit, we are simply amazed. The whole world will be thrilled to hear about your safe return. Come on in, X7092. Landing information is being loaded into your computer as we speak.
10 seconds until entry. Retro rockets fire.
I had better get strapped back into my seat. Major Dooit flew over to his chair and strapped in. There, I'm ready. Major Dooit could feel the negative G's of deceleration pulling him out of the seat. In the viewing screen was Earth getting larger and larger until the entire screen was filled with blue. As the spacecraft descended, Major Dooit could see the brown, black, and white tops of the mountain ranges come into view. Everything was getting bigger and bigger. I can see the buildings now and the green of the trees. The new structures of Space Force came into view. I don't remember any of those structures. I must be landing somewhere new. Oh, I don't care. I'm just glad to be getting back home. The engine shut off. We made it. I had better get Peaches. Major Dooit unbuckled and walked to the cabinet. Walking is so hard now. My legs sure are weak. That must be because I was weightless for so long. Okay, Peaches, come on out. Woof, woof, woof. I'll bet you'll be glad to see little Willy, won't you? Woof, woof.
X7092, this is Space Force Control, over.
Space Force Control, this is X7092, over.
Major Dooit, this is Space Force Control. Your family has been notified about your safe return, and they will be here to greet you. Your wife is not able to come, but your son Willy is here to greet you. Also, the President of the United States is here to meet with you.
The President?
Welcome back, sir.
Thank you, Space Force Control. This is X7092 signing off. There's a knock on the door. That must be little Willy. I wonder if he's grown any. Major Dooit walked over and opened the door. Fully grown Willy stepped in.
Hi, Dad. It's been such a long time.
Major Dooit took a step back. Who are you?
Who am I? I'm your son Willy. I've grown up.
Major Dooit, shaking his head in disbelief, said, What are you talking about? Willy is 7 years old.
Dad, well, I guess I've changed a lot since the last time you saw me.
Major Dooit sat on his chair and said, How can that be? I've only been gone for a month.
Dad, you've been gone for 20 years.
20 years? That would make me 70.
Well, Dad, I'm 27.
Woof, woof, woof. Peaches tugged on Willy's pant leg.
Peaches, we've always wondered where you disappeared to.
Willy picked Peaches up and told her,
You old dog, you're 27 years old, same as me.
Major Dooit looked troubled. How is your mother, Willy?
She's doing well. She's waiting for you at the convention center on base.
I just don't understand. Willy tried to answer the best he could.
Well, Dad, what I understand is the closer you get to the speed of light, more time slows down. I guess you must have exceeded light speed. Well, Dad, let's go. There's a big crowd waiting for you outside. And Dad, I got a few new friends to show you, but they're a little bit different. They'll grow on you after a while. And Dad, I'm glad to have you home.
Glad to be home, son. Come on, Peaches, you 26-year-old dog, you. The three walked into space history, at least into the history of the adventures of Willy Dooit. The end.